What is up? Welcome to episode 15 of Etsy Jam. In this episode, we talk with Nora from BeesHandStampedGifts. Nora is a professional musician who has had shops that range from crocheted hats to pillows to polymer clay jewelry to keychains. She shares how she first realized that her customers weren't typically buying for themselves. And as a special treat, Nora agreed to help us kick off this episode with some of her musical stylings. Enjoy. What is up, guys? Welcome to episode 15 of Etsy Jam. We have a very special guest with us this week. We have Nora from BeesHandStampedGifts. And Nora has a really cool background story filled with artistic things, guitar and other kinds of music and all sorts of stuff like that. And could you give us a little bit of background on yourself, Nora, and maybe where you were before you started with Etsy, and then kind of walk us through your progression of Etsy shops until where you are today?
Okay. Where I was before Etsy, I wasn't anywhere really. Like I was just, just playing guitar. Basically, my background story is I've been earning money, professional musician for like 18 years. I mean, I'm playing for 18 years, so that's like, so I've always been teaching guitar or playing gigs, basically. So then I thought, okay, let's try something entrepreneurial. And then I thought I want to do something artistic and entrepreneurial. So I was thinking what to do. And then I thought, okay, then I started crocheting. Then I crocheted through a few hats. Mm-hmm. Then I put them up on Etsy, and I didn't have any sales because I didn't know anything about Etsy or anything about SEO or anything. I had these.
Sorry to interrupt. Was the crocheting something? Did you already know how to crochet, or was this when you started to look into entrepreneurial stuff? You taught yourself how to do that.
Well, crocheting was something when I was young, when I was a kid. I think I tried it before. Yeah, okay. So I kind of, I just kind of memorized what I should do. Maybe I looked some YouTube videos, but like not too much, I kind of knew how to do it anyway.
Cool.
So then I put up these hats, and then the season was over, and I thought, okay, no one's going to buy hats anymore, so let's do something else. So the next thing was, I thought, okay, what else I can crochet? So then I started crocheting pillows. Mm-hmm. Then I tried to do some designs for it as well, like, because a long time ago I was like kind of drawing or painting some random things, and I had this kind of style or whatever. So I tried to put that in some of the pillows, but I still didn't know anything about SEO or Etsy. I just kind of, trying things. And, so I put up those pillows. Not many people bought them, and I thought, okay, it's not really working out. Let's try something else. Sure. So the next thing, I was kind of researching what are the things that people buy the most, and I discovered jewelry and baby stuff. Mm-hmm. Okay, I wasn't interested that much in babies, so I thought, okay, let's make the jewelry, and I ordered polymer clay and I started making that, but that one I haven't done before, so took me a while, to actually get a hang of it. I didn't really. So basically, I was learning to make jewelry and also learning to sell in the same time,
right?
Or all the other stuff,
right?
So for a while was that. Then I started to create some sort of style in that jewelry stuff. Kind of, I end up making like geometric kind of designs.
Now, I don't know a whole lot about polymer clay jewelry. Are you like rolling and cutting your own beads when you do the polymer clay stuff, or how does that work?
Well, it's not actually bead. I mean, I can make beads as well, and I do have a few beads in that first shop I have. But, I can show you the example. Wait a second.
Okay, yeah.
What I meant by geometric stuff is like this.
Oh, I gotcha. That's very cool.
So, so that wasn't really beads. It's just like material. It's like a clay. Mm-hmm. But it's with colors, so you can mix colors and stuff. But then I discovered after a while that, I still didn't know anything about SEO, so I was just kind of experimenting all the time. and in the same time researching stuff on Etsy, listening to all kind of podcasts, watching, learning, reading, all kind of things, pretty much. And then I also kind of researched and realized that actually polymer clay jewelry isn't what goes in general. So people, kind of thought, okay, jewelry is going, but polymer clay isn't, the like most popular thing. So then I then I hired some virtual assistant once, who was kind of trying to, do something with my shop to make it better, meaning photos, SEO, and as he was doing that, I researched more about all kind of things and discovered that hand stamped stuff is what kind of goes.
Gotcha.
So I kind of ordered the letters and started doing it, and as well, it took me maybe a few weeks or some month to get them more or less straight. They're still not perfect, but I don't aim for perfection as well. So I just kind of started doing that, and in all that process of the first shop, the first shop where it was like hats and pillows and jewelry, that was a major minor shop. So this one was like a different shop. I thought, okay, one of the things I learned that people like one of the same stuff in the shop. So I thought, okay, let's do that. So I opened the new shop, which is BeesHandStampedGifts, which is the one that I kind of, the one that kind of got successful in a way. I mean, what is success? But sort of. That's it. I mean, I did learn about photos and the same design kind of things and how to write descriptions to just tell everyone everything about the item so people wouldn't have to ask stuff. And then I discovered Marmalead and started to fiddle around with keywords and stuff. And then after a month or something, I already had a sale and
that's awesome.
Sales just started going. I was like, okay, this is what works. I'm not going to do any polymer clay or anything. So and it was like quotes. People like quotes and people like, like personalized stuff. I can, stamp their name and date of anniversary and things like that. So it's just kind of worked out. And then afterwards, I tried the other shop as well, which is like graphic design, like posters with quotes as well.
Like printables,
digital download. Yeah. So that's
cool.
pretty much it. I don't know.
Very cool. Now, when you're putting quotes on your hand stamped things, are these custom quotes that people request that you put on there, or will you come up with those things yourself and put them on?
Well, some of them I come up with myself. Some of them I found somewhere, and some of them are people request. So it's a mixture of things.
Gotcha. And Richie caught on to one of the things that you had written in a little blurb that you sent over to us, which was that most of your customers aren't actually buying for themselves. And he pointed this out, and I think it's an important thing to talk about, because I think a lot of other Etsy sellers might also be in this boat too. Now, how did you kind of come to that revelation that your customer isn't actually buying for themselves?
The thing is, I don't know if that would work for all the shops out there, but my stuff is really, it seems like that's what it is, because like the quote, I hope your day is as nice as your butt, right? Isn't something you're gonna buy for yourself, but you're gonna buy it for someone else, right? So things like that, like always your girl or things, I have some of the quotes that are actually something that people are gonna give to someone, and people started asking me customized stuff as well. So I started to actually put that, use that keyword personalized and custom. And I actually even used more keywords as gifts and not even key rings, because I sell key rings, but I don't actually use that much of that keyword. But recently I only put up keychains a bit more. I thought maybe let's try this as well. But I didn't use the very obvious kind of thing, which is hand stamped key rings.
Yes.
But I started using just like gifts. And so I kind of,
Very cool.
But I think the way I researched SEO wasn't really, you know, I'm not very. I still don't know much about it. I mean, I kind of follow what works, what doesn't, and like I did that fitness thing for the shop.
Yeah, the shop fitness.
So my results aren't that good actually. So I don't even know like what I'm doing. But the conversion rate is quite high. I think it was like, I don't know, A+ conversion rate or something. But the fitness was like C or something. So
that's, I mean, if your conversion rate is high though, that is still pretty awesome, right? It basically that means
that's what works. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
that's what I need, isn't it?
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's showing you that people that are viewing your products are buying them. You're having a large percentage of people actually going on and making a purchase, which is fantastic. And any changes that you make to pull more people in, like whether you're focusing on different keywords or however you want to do your advertising or marketing, the more people you pull in, your conversion rate's probably going to stay pretty much where you are now, unless you make any, changes that's going to destroy that. But the more people you bring in, the more sales you're going to convert. So you're in a pretty good spot. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of worked out for me. I don't feel like I mean, I learned some things in the process, but I don't think I still don't. I don't think I still know anything. I just kind of, yeah.
I like that though. Not, you don't need to feel like you're an expert on something. You know everything to jump in and start getting results. And that's something that we're always trying to tell people. Like, you don't have to understand everything about how it works. Yeah. Right? Like, people watch TV all the time, yet for the most part, have no idea how you actually make a TV show. But that doesn't stop them from enjoying it. It doesn't stop them from doing it. And you don't need to know everything about it, SEO or anything else for that matter. Like, you might not be a copywriting expert, but you have a great conversion rate. And that's another thing. Do you have any idea why your conversion rate is so high?
I don't know. I think people just like quotes and the fact that they are stamped with hand. And I don't know, just kind of, it's a good gift, I guess, what I'm selling. So when they search for this keyword, the kind of, boyfriend gift, and they kind of, they like it. They want to get that to their boyfriend.
So knowing that a lot of your products, maybe the majority of your products are bought as gifts, do you do anything special in the listings as opposed to if you were, writing your listing or creating the listing and the description, everything, the photos, knowing they would go to the person doing the shopping? Or do you do the same thing?
I don't think I do that particularly. I do sometimes just post some of the stuff that were customized. So that means, those are but I do sell some things that aren't that much as gifts, but that just have some sort of a cute quote on it, and then maybe people buy it for themselves as well. I don't know. I mean, that's the thing. I haven't really researched my customer, which I should have done, but but I think each of these keyrings are also like slightly different kind of, there are keyrings that are for women who buys for their men and a certain age, and then some other keyrings are maybe totally different, maybe other ones are, I mean, there are also pet tags as well in my shop. So
nice, good variety. Again, I just think it's so important that you're jumping in before you know everything about it, and you're learning as you go, and that's awesome.
Yeah, it's a bit crazy, but not everyone would do that way. I'm just fearless, I guess.
But it's good because a lot of people, they'll do what you started out with, where like, okay, I want to do some crochet, right? And they want to crochet something specific, and then it doesn't work great. And then they're like, but no, I am going to keep doing this because that's what I want to make, and I'm going to stick with it. And then they never get anywhere. But you're willing to say, okay, I tried it. I like doing it, but it didn't work. But I still want to make stuff. They're not going to take making stuff away from me. So I'm going to try to make something else. And then you keep going until you find something that, okay, I like making it and people are buying it. This is pretty good. It's, I don't know. You still get to do what you want to do. You still get to be an entrepreneur. You still get to have a shop. You still get to make stuff. Seems like a pretty sweet deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the things you'd mentioned earlier too was, when you're playing around with keywords and trying different keywords and testing different keywords, I think that you have that outlook again with your keywords even, and switching things up and trying things and seeing what works is super important too. I'm sure you've done things with your keywords that you added things in there and then it just didn't have any impact at all, or it had a negative impact on your stuff and it didn't go well. But instead of, throwing in the towel or giving up, you're totally cool with just like, all right, well, that one didn't work, right? They'll try a different one.
Yeah.
Get something that does resonate with people and does work. And I think that's super valuable too, to have that outlook on it too.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'm just kind of that way. I just try things. But the thing is, I think it's to do with my character generally. I just get bored of things. So kind of, I get bored with one thing, then I move on to other. I mean, I'm not going to stop key rings because it kind of works. So, I kind of going to stick around with that. But I still like to try things out. I'm trying now Shopify shop with things that I don't have to make as well. But yeah, I just kind of try. I like learning, and I like this kind of. I like entrepreneurship because there's a lot of learning involved and a lot of new things, and I kind of get bored from one thing, I move on to other thing, and kind of I don't know. Some people really focus on one thing for a long time. I can't do that. I just kind of get bored, and. But yeah.
I know exactly what you mean. And entrepreneurship's nice like that. It kind of nurtures that that easily bored kind of person, because you can jump over to different things, try things out, and going into everything like it's an experiment. It's okay if something doesn't work, especially if you have something that is working, like key rings, right? Like you have something, a nice core that's working. You can go try a bunch of other stuff, and if it doesn't work, it's like, okay, well, I did that for fun, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's why I like jazz.
There you go. Yeah.
Yes, never. It's always improvised. So.
Yeah, absolutely. It's during the improv parts. It's like it's never the same twice. That's cool.
There's an old. I'm told there's an old saying in jazz that I'll probably ruin, but something along the lines of when you're playing jazz, if you play the wrong note, play it again. I've heard that before.
Yeah, I heard that something. I heard something like, all these quotes that surround like different things. Is that if you make a mistake, it's not about the mistake, it's about how you get out of the mistake, or how how people. I mean, in jazz sometimes it's also how people you play with helps you with your mistake or make you sound better than you are, or or you yourself just know how to get out of it, and the way you get out of the mistake is what makes you maybe a good musician.
See, that's awesome too. That reminds me of Bob Ross, if anyone remembers him, the dude that was on PBS and likes to paint. And he would always say, there's no such thing as mistakes. There's just happy accidents. And that's kind of that same outlook, right? Of like, hey, I made a mistake here. I was trying to draw a rock. I totally messed it up, but it's going to make an awesome tree. You know what I mean? Like, and kind of like recovering from that. I think that's an important thing to have, that attitude.
Yeah. And lessons as well from those mistakes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point too, right? Like if you're just making mistakes all the time and finding yourself recovering from them, well, that's cool, but it'd be better to not make
going anywhere
if you can avoid them. So that's a good point too. So, what are you doing for your photos right now for your products? Are you taking the photos yourself, or do you have somebody helping you out with those?
I'm taking them myself. Okay. I like photography as well. That's another my hobby, one of the million hobbies I have. Sometimes I'm just kind of. I used to go around. I like bicycle. I like riding bike as well. So I ride around London by the canal. Sometimes I was doing a lot of photography as well, and I actually was thinking to sell photography at some point as well. But I thought no. I made a research and it didn't seem like it's something that people buy.
Gotcha.
So I thought. What's the point?
Yeah.
So this time I actually researched it before I made the shop. So
well, there you go.
That's the lesson I learned. Yeah.
Yep. That's a good thought, right? So now, and how did you go about doing that? How did you do that research? Because I think there's a lot of people that are probably of that same mindset of, wow, I probably should look into this before I do this, but I don't even know how to figure out if it's working for other people. How did you determine whether photography might be a good place to dabble in?
The thing is, in Etsy, before you I don't know why you can't see anymore what's the date when the shop was opened. But before, you were able to see what time when the shop was opened and then how many sales they have. So basically, that's it. I just kind of went around, checked out photography shops, and saw that they don't really go that well. So
Gotcha.
I just didn't do it,
There you go.
But yeah, but regarding my photos, I kind of, I just do it mostly. I have a camera.
Mm-hmm.
I have also professional light. And I only actually, I used to use this thing that isn't actually professional light. It's just really this daylight kind of lamp.
Okay.
So I just put it really close, take a photo, and then I fiddle around with colors when I go to Pixlr.
Yep.
And then just kind of make it a bit brighter. So yeah, that's it. It's not big rocket science I'm doing. But yeah.
That's cool.
Make it really close, so people can see it not too far, Make the same background. All my photos look the same pretty much because I discovered that's what works. As I did all these researches, I kind of discovered, the shops that have everything really similar are what works. So all these little lessons I learned in that first shop.
That's right.
I kind of applied to the new one.
Yeah, that's good.
I can tell more about myself. How I never I came to London only 6 years ago.
Okay.
I lived in Latvia before.
Okay.
There's this little country, Latvia. So that's my little story how I came to London.
How do you like it so far?
Yeah, I love it. It's great. I came because of music.
Okay.
To little small country, didn't have enough jazz there.
So the jazz scene in London is strong then, it sounds like.
Obviously in New York it's better, but it's good. It's all right.
Cool. Very cool. And are you still active in music then? You just played that awesome intro piece for us, but do you still play professionally with other musicians?
Yeah, I do. I have a regular gig I do every Saturday. I do some gigs here and there. The thing is with Etsy, there's another thing. As I start getting a bit of income out of Etsy, I started I'm sometimes picky. I do play, but I am sometimes picky what I play and who I play with and stuff like that. So I am composer as well. So I have my trio.
Very cool.
And then I play with other musicians, other people projects and stuff. Also African music and all kind of things. And but I do prefer the most. I like to play my own stuff, which is contemporary jazz. So and that's what I prefer. And I do that every Saturday. So at the moment.
Or do you have any places online on YouTube or anything where people can go maybe see some pieces that you've either composed or played?
Yeah. Could just search for my other name.
Okay.
My real name. Because I use one name for business stuff, another one for music. My real name for music. My real name is Nora Byte, so that one, just if you type on YouTube, you can find stuff.
All right, cool. Very cool. How did you get
into
a
web page as well.
Music before you even moved to London? How did you get involved with music and specifically jazz? Like, what brought you to that?
Well, I don't know. I just kind of first I started playing guitar, then I started playing blues, flamenco. Then I started. I was teaching, and just somehow gradually went to jazz, and that was the most kind of difficult in a way and challenging, and it's just kind of step by step. But I was studying as well, the jazz stuff in Latvia, and then I kind of wanted to have more challenges. Came to London, went to jam sessions all the time for 2 years. And the gig I have every Saturday is with my originals in the beginning and then the jazz jam afterwards.
Oh, that's cool.
Which I run. So then people who come to London, they, tend to go to jam sessions. So then sometimes I meet them they come.
That's cool.
So, yeah.
Who are some of your favorite jazz artists?
Oh, no, I don't know. It's like hundreds and hundreds.
I know.
I don't know, Sonny Rollins, Gerald Clayton from the piano players, young ones. Gil Hexum, guitar player. Or maybe these new ones aren't that. Sonny Rollins, Herbie Hancock. Yeah, I don't know. So many kids. I
Yeah.
don't even know who to call.
Well, that's
I
cool.
wish I could. It's like millions of millions. Like I don't know. If I'm telling some, and then I was gonna think like, oh no, I didn't mention something really important. So it's kind of tricky question, this one. It goes into phases as well. Sometimes I don't like listening to guitarists, and and sometimes I like listening to guitar. So yeah,
Makes sense. That's very cool.
So on the thread, I'm going to go back a little bit. On the thread of making mistakes and learning from mistakes, are there some mistakes that other shops could learn from mistakes that you have made that you could share with us?
Yeah, of course. I researched keywords in Marmalead. That's, one of the most important. Regarding the pictures, yeah, just the best thing is to make them the same, similar. I don't know. I'm sure there are shops that doesn't have that and still have success. I don't know if that's the crucial thing, but I kind of noticed that in a lot of shops that if they have very similar design, it does kind of goes better and it looks more professional. Yeah, I don't know. Similar. I have blue background. I used to think that white background is the best, but kind of blue worked. So
Yeah.
I think that white and black is to do with, maybe white is better for, shops on a web, but Etsy is like handmade place, so people like more kind of interesting or,
Unique,
Yeah, so maybe
Less
that's
corporate
why the
looking.
blue. Yeah, I guess that's why that blue kind of works.
Well, the blue in your shop has a great contrast, actually. So if you were to do a white background on these, it would almost be too harsh on the eyes. And maybe even black is too much of a contrast, too. But because, yours are shiny, right? And you have black writing on them. So the blue is actually quite pleasing. And it's even like a textured blue.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's just because of the Photoshop I do. Sometimes I do it brighter, sometimes. So it's different colors of blue, but yeah.
There's definitely something to be said, too, for standing out. So if someone's doing a search for boyfriend gift and they're presented with a page full of search results and thumbnails, and white backgrounds are popular, so almost everybody has some kind of white or light color in their background, and there your listing is standing out in blue, well, that's their eye's going to go right to that first because it's going to stand out to them. And, that kind of gives you a bit of a competitive advantage there, too.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. I didn't think of that aspect. I tried actually red background in my jewelry shop.
Interesting.
But yeah, it did work actually. I had like two listings had red background and they did kind of, they've been sold. But not much. That shop is still not very fast or anything, but yeah, it just kind of is there. So why not?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just keep it there. So.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think blue is the most visible color in the spectrum.
Oh yeah.
Is that correct?
I don't know.
You're a color guy.
I'm
Dylan,
sure. I'm sure that's maybe artists would real artists would reply to this.
That might be true. I don't know.
All right, we're gonna go with it's true
we'll go
until
with
someone
that.
says it's not.
We'll go with that. I think that I heard something once that like as lighting gets darker, red is the last color you can see before like you lose all color, because eventually it gets so dark that everything you see looks like black and white.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
But I think that's because it has longer wavelength. But don't quote me on that.
Interesting. Yeah, red lights are also not supposed to mess up your night vision, right?
Yeah.
Don't dilate your eyes or whatnot.
Yeah.
All sorts of fascinating stuff with color.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know these things. That's interesting. I should read up.
We're just making them
Read
up as
up
we
about
go.
them.
They might not even be right, so I wouldn't pay attention.
Yeah. Is that the orange or red shirt you have? There?
Orange. This one's orange. Marmalade orange. I almost grabbed a gray one, and then I was like, I'll go with orange today.
I should have wear something colorful. Now I feel like
Your backdrop is nice
fading.
and colorful, though. That's cool.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, it is an interesting background too, because you have some different levels in there almost. Like your wall sticks out at one point, and then you have a picture there, and there's stripes. I mean, it is interesting.
Yeah, I didn't do it myself though. I probably would do it differently if it was my place.
Yeah, that happens. This wall is like a beige, so this whole thing was very beige. It's kind of like the color you'd paint the outside of a house. I would do it differently if I was the one that painted it.
What color would you do?
Good question.
Ooh, that's a good question. I wouldn't go with just a white. I would almost go with like a light blue of some sort, maybe.
Okay.
Like the light blue on your shirt?
A
little lighter?
Let's see. Maybe the lightest blue on my shirt. Maybe with that.
You have all the colors. You are like matching my shop now.
That's true.
He planned that.
I didn't think about that. They say there's different colors that you use for different like types of mindsets you want to be in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what it was. Yeah, is yellow the one that's focused? I think blue is kind of good for like brainstorming and
it's to do with all this meditation stuff. I think blue was creative. I think
you're right. Yeah. So that's probably what I'd go with. I'd go with something like that. Even though I'd be distracted like all day. So maybe I should go with something more concentrated. But a red might be too intense. Red is in there for something too. We had a red wall once. The red wall was pretty intense.
You know what you could do is you could paint all your walls totally white and then get a color changing bulb and then basically throw a wash up on the wall to whatever color suits you at that moment.
Well, that's a good point. I do have color changing bulbs.
Yeah. Yeah, you just throw your hue bulbs at it, right? Like, and then it's like, I feel like blue right now. Like, boom, blue everywhere. Done.
I love that idea. I need to put it in like a spotlight.
Yeah.
Right? Like those ones you stick in your yard or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they have a floodlight for hue bulbs too, like a wash light that you can use that'll just fill an area.
Yeah, but I want to use the bulbs I have.
That could be tricky.
Yeah, that could be a little tricky.
I was searching yesterday this like interesting furniture on Etsy. I couldn't find anything. Maybe some Etsy seller out there wants to make some unusual furniture.
There you go.
That's a great
Yeah,
point.
I just literally couldn't find. Like I thought there must be something, but no. Everything was really either vintage or traditional kind of vibe.
Interesting. Yeah, I would think that would be a really good niche for someone on Etsy to fill and kind of have more artistic furniture out there. I mean, IKEA stuff only goes so far, right?
Yeah.
I mean, their stuff I feel like is a little bit more artistic than what you'd get at like a furniture store around here anyway. Like, it's got a little bit more style to it, but even then, it'd be cool to have something that's like totally funky, totally off the wall, like different and unique. It's a good point.
Yeah.
I saw a table the other day on the internet. I'm just going to call it the internet because I don't remember where it was. But it's this table that walks like an animal or something like that. Like when you push it, it actually walks. Like its legs are walking.
Really?
Yeah. It's really interesting looking.
Sounds
You
like
push it and it like lifts front legs, puts down, crawls forward, like back legs, everything. Really interesting.
it sounds like something from a nightmare, man. Like I'd wake up and my table's like walking across the room.
I saw some like looking like tiger sofa. I was actually checking yesterday all kind of furniture stuff.
Yeah.
There was one like big bubbles kind of sofa. It was interesting, but I couldn't find where to buy it.
Huh.
I'm sure it would be too expensive anyway. But I think it was like like proper designer kind of thing, you know.
Yeah. Furniture can be crazy expensive, even if it's not like designer furniture. Every time I go look at furniture for whatever reason, I'm always blown away by how expensive stuff tends to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I should just kind of paint it myself if I want.
There you go.
I can't find. My friend actually did that. She had she just moved in and bought a flat, and she was looking for a lamp, and she couldn't find anywhere anything. Like she was looking on Etsy, she was looking web. So she took a class of making lamps, and
No
made
way.
her own lamps. Yes.
That's
Why
awesome.
not? You know, you can't find it, make it. You know.
That's awesome.
You should put them on Etsy. If there's,
Yeah,
especially if there's a competition, see if anybody else is
Right?
looking and just like is frustrated.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, especially.
But she made it for herself, I think.
Oh yeah,
That's where it starts.
Sure.
I don't think many other people are going to go take a class just to make a lamp,
Right?
which is
I mean,
pretty
that's
impressive.
awesome.
So
Yeah, I have some crazy friends, so I'm not the only one.
those are interesting friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, good crazy, like interesting crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, crazy is a good word in my vocabulary. It's like
I think
it's
you
like a compliment. It's
successfully-
not.
Yeah, for any of Nora's friends who are listening, I'm sure she means that in the best way possible.
No, it's true. It's like good word in my vocabulary.
That's how I took it.
Really? Okay.
Well, that's very
Nice.
cool. So,
That is-
what do you think might be the next area you might dabble in? It sounds like
When I
you're gonna
get
keep
bored?
the hand stamp stuff. Yeah, but as you get bored, do you have anything kind of on the horizon that you really want to play with?
Yeah, all kind of things have been popping in my head.
All right.
But the thing is, I'm trying now is this just drop shipping with also I'm keeping the design stuff of the quotes because I kind of feel like okay, quotes is what people like, and so I'm trying this drop shipping thing now with quotes on all kind of things, mugs and t-shirts and all that kind of stuff.
I
It's
gotcha.
also only trying stuff. I mean, it's not really serious. I don't take any of these things serious actually, not yet anyway. But yeah, I think I've been thinking about. I was trying blogging as well, but I think I kind of got bored and also. It just feels like you have to write all the time, and I don't know, it just didn't stick around to it. Maybe I'll go back to that. And the other thing was I was thinking of like just selling guitar lesson videos, and I was kind of digging into it and stuff, and starting posting a lot of guitar licks on my Instagram and stuff, and actually someone found me and gave me a job for doing that for the
That's
webpage.
awesome.
So I started to make these videos, but then I realized I don't really want to do it for someone else because I don't like doing things for someone else. So I just kind of stopped doing. I mean, they didn't pay me enough, and I thought, okay, if I did business from this, I would just make like 100 times more from this. But yeah, I didn't get around to it yet. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I just have to learn more about how it works on web. That's why I'm trying to Shopify.
Yeah.
To learn about that stuff. But yeah, I'm getting guitar lesson would be one of the things, but I'm sure I'm going to cross
cool.
around maybe something with bicycles at some point because I like bicycles.
Yeah.
Don't know. Could be anything really.
Yeah. No, that's
But I
pretty
do
cool.
I want to kind of passive stuff at some point. Which is, yeah, I mean, nothing is like truly passive, but like,
Yeah.
yeah, like, you know, making these videos and then, you know, they're
That's right.
out there.
They're out there. Yeah.
Yeah, but well, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I think can be anything really.
No, that's a pretty cool idea. I like that idea. You'll have to find the right platform, right? Which sounds like you're kind of trying to find that. But
You mean for guitar lesson? You mean?
yeah, like where you would sell them through. If you were going to sell them off of your own site, or if you'd find some other website that allows you to do like training videos, like a Coursera type thing, but maybe focused on the arts, something like that. You know.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't dig it. I mean, my idea was just to sell myself. That's why I wanna learn how to do it on my own, not only on Etsy or only on. So I mean, I know it's a bit harder, and it, you know, not a bit harder. It's quite a lot harder, but yeah, it's a challenge, and that's the thing. Is I like this, you know, process of learning and discovering new things because. Like if I just won a lottery, I would just spend it and never have knowledge how to get it again, right?
Yeah.
But in this process, I can learn stuff as well. And if I lose one shop, I can just create another one. So that's what I love about entrepreneurship.
That's awesome. I
great
think that's an
attitude.
awesome outlook.
I think so too. It's awesome. So with your current shop, do you have any goals for 2016? Not really? Just kind of going with the flow?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I was gonna put up Christmas gifts when the Christmas coming. So that's that's the thing where I have to go through all these listings. but yeah.
Yeah, that's probably pretty tedious. How many listings do you have in your shop right now?
277, I think.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, so that'll be a lot of keywords to update.
Yeah, I know. I have to start maybe in September or middle of something.
Yeah, that's the tough part too. It's like you got to beat the wave, because I know some people start shopping really early, right? And then it's kind of like you want to already have your listings in order before the searches start coming in, so that you're found for those things. So
yeah. My most sales I had was during Valentine's Day.
Okay.
So because basically I mean I have all these boyfriend gifts and all that stuff, so
that's like the one holiday for boyfriends. It's Valentine's Day. Well, there's Sweetest Day too, but I don't know, that's kind of I don't even know. Is that even a thing in London? Like, Sweetest Day is like this big thing in the United States. I don't know if it's a big
I don't know
thing.
that one.
It's okay.
No,
I'm pretty sure it was made up by Hallmark, which is a company that makes greeting cards. And so it's kind of their own.
I think all of these. I don't believe in holidays. I don't believe in holidays. I think they all made up for some reason. So.
For some kind of corporate marketing purpose. Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah. I'm not very into these things myself.
Yeah, I gotcha.
But I mean, it's good. Other people enjoy it, so.
Yeah. Well, that's important. That's good. Any closing thoughts, Richie?
Don't be afraid to try new things, and don't think you have to know everything.
That's right.
In order to start,
I think that's good. We got that a lot through this. Is jump in.
Yeah.
Right? Nora has that attitude, and I think that's awesome. Honestly,
the only way to really know if something works is to try it, right? So you can definitely do a little, as we've learned, do a little bit of research, right, before you fully jump in.
Yeah.
But if it looks like it might work, then give it a shot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and don't feel like you need to understand all of it before you give it a shot.
Right. Yeah. There's always one more book to read, article to read, podcast to listen to, piece of advice. Always, right? Mm-hmm. You'll never be done learning. I mean, look at that whole Malcolm Gladwell 10,000 hours to be an expert thing, right? Do any of those experts wait 10,000 hours? Well, I'm going to study this for 10,000 hours before I actually give it a go. No, you don't do that.
Embarrass myself, right?
Right? If you want to go play a sport, do you wait to watch 10,000 hours of video before you pick up a basketball? No, you don't do that.
You probably won't be in great shape then, I wouldn't think, to pick up the basketball. I don't think that would go well.
All that time on the couch, you won't be able to stand up. That's my closing thought.
I like that. That's good. That's very good. Oh, man. Oh, Nora, thank you so much for joining us today. Thanks for taking us through your story. It was
Thank
awesome.
you very much.
For everyone else, we'll see you guys next time on Etsy Jam.